still kind of wet. I'm hoping it'll work. The bottom's like wet. Oh, I have headphones on. I don't want to slice him open until people are here. Hello, Tide. Hello, Axolotl. Welcome back. Welcome back. We are going to slice and carve this guy open. So I will say the top is definitely leather hard, but the bottom is still like really soft. So we're gonna see how this goes. It might not be super easy, but I think it's dry enough to try. At this point, it's getting close to dark here, so I kind of need to be inside with my cat. So I just thought I either leave them hanging or try it now. So we're back. Hi, Isabella. Do you want me to call you Zigzag now? Or do you still want to be Isabella? Like, you can see how easy it is to push the clay around on the bottom, right? Like, watch. I can just easily carve into it. But then on this side, like, it's barely marking it. You can call me any. Okay, perfect. You're working on your dino? Ooh, love that. Hi, Amelia. What did you forget at your mom's, Tide? Bella, Isabella, or Zigzag. Okay, perfect. Are y'all ready? I'm gonna chop him in half. Oh, already not in half. Perfect. Your glasses? That's not a good thing to forget. There we go. Half of a dinosaur body. And now I'm just going to take my carving tool and scoop him out. I can't believe you forgot your entire glasses. Hi, that random girl. Hello, hello. What clay do I use? This is Longhorn White by Armadillo Clay Company. You forgot your phone at craft night yesterday. You had to run back. No. Oh. If you're using an oven, no, you don't need to axolotl build. So because I'm going to be putting mine in the kiln, it's really important that it gets thoroughly dried. And so a super thick piece can dry. I could kiln it solid. I would just have to wait about a month for it to dry up and put it in the sun multiple days to get that to happen. So that is why I'm carving it out. But if you're doing like a polymer piece or an oven dry clay piece, I mean like an air dry clay, you don't need to carve it out. Thank you so much, that random girl. Are there some smaller kilns? Yes, there are, but they start at about 1.2K still. So even the smaller kilns are quite expensive. As you can see, this is why I needed to wait a little longer to carve it. It's really easy to warp the body, right? Like I can just kind of mush them around like a bean. So it's gonna be a little bit complicated to get it back together, especially in this belly area, but it'll be fine. Hey, swimming goggles. Well, that's good. Y'all have access to a pool. That always makes summer fun. You work with art stuff and clay stuff also. Oh, I love that. So I'm trying to get the walls nice and even all the way around, so that way it dries even. Gotta be careful though. This is definitely the do what I say, not what I do type of moment. If you make clay stuff, wait until it's actually leather hard. Zigzag, I just get like a 12-hour loop from YouTube. I have like a little Google Home and I ask her to play songs. I'm making a triceratops, so this is the head here. It's wrapped in saran wrap so the crown dries slower, but essentially we're making the biggest version I can fit in my kiln that is a replica of this little tiny baby. Yeah, absolutely, Tide. I'm gonna hold on 1 second, chat. Hold on, hold on. Sorry about that, y'all. My brother just had a question. I didn't turn on my stream light. Definitely a my bad type of situation. What's the biggest piece I've ever made? I made a mushroom that was about 7 inches tall or 8 inches tall. That was pretty big, but nothing bigger than that. Strawberry clay project. Ooh, I love that. Cambrian doesn't have markets again until the fall, unfortunately. They don't like doing hot weather markets, even though they do morning markets. I don't know. You know, they're not really from Texas, so they're like, oh no, it's hot outside. Hi, Crystal. Yeah, I think they don't start doing until October, like a Halloween-esque market maybe. Ooh, I just sliced through the bottom. Okay, so I can show y'all that. I just carved holes through the bottom. Again, it is way too thick, like soft still for me to actually be carving it, but due to time constraints and me promising y'all that I'd be back, we're going for it. What I'm gonna do is just put a piece of clay here. It is very soft and fresh in here, so I'm not really worried about slipping and scoring it down. I'm just gonna smooth it down. So I'm just creating like a little mask, and I want to go way bigger than the actual hole that I created, just so that way it's nice and secure. Then I'm gonna flip it around on the other side where you can see that I made that hole on accident and just smooth it back out. And there you go. So typically when you wait for a piece to actually get like really leather hard, once you start getting to the part that you don't want to carve away, it's much firmer, so it's way harder to carve at that place, and so you kind of know when to slow down. But because I am doing it quickly, all the clay is very soft. Welcome back, welcome back. Hi Ducky and Ashara. Hello Sarah. Hello, hello. Triceratops or Brontosaurus. I've done both, so it's just whatever you prefer. I don't, oh, he ended up back there. Like, look at the little, one of the tiny little Brontosaurus I made. Just small. Hi, Bagel. I love bagels. I want a chocolate chip bagel. Has anybody in chat played Peak? Any Peak enjoyers in chat? Or watched a streamer maybe play Peak? Hi cats, hello, hello. You haven't yet? You watched Queso play? My brother has also been watching Queso play. I don't want to go that far, please. I almost just... Rio, hello! You've watched it? Yeah, it seems like a lot of watchers in chat. Not a lot of players. I was hoping that you could have like really big lobbies, because then I could do like a member game night with Peak, but It's a 4-person max without mods, and mods are really complicated. So today you're free from work. Let's go. Oh, I love that, Ashara. You watch a stream of Peek and it was chaotic. Yeah, it can definitely be a little chaotic. It's a lot of fun though. You're making a Brontosaurus. Love that. You get your clay from Michael's. Valid. Okay, so here is our dino. So now, because again, it is too soft, I have to really make sure to like match it up before I slip and score it, so that way I know how I'm putting it back together. Luckily I didn't warp it too crazy bad, besides on the bottom, which is going to be the hardest part regardless. So I just kind of have to wiggle it around until it looks right. That's about good. So now on the top we have to wiggle it again. So it'll be about like this. You're gonna go get your trailer tomorrow. Ooh. You've been working with clay you dug yourself. Ooh. That's really cool. Wild clay is awesome. Okay. Now I need to slip and score these pieces back together, and then we can work on the head of the triceratops, and then we'll stick everything together. It is Minecraft music kit. Yes, yes, yes. Always Minecraft music. You've worked with clay and art since you were like 6. I love that. More art for the children. A little fun fact, last summer I taught a art class at a like a summer camp, I don't know, like a summer after school type of program, but I never told the kids who I was. So there's just a group of kids who got art classes by the Midori house all summer. They just had no idea. I'm back, I'm back. You love Minecraft? Me too. Me too. No, we didn't really talk much about YouTubers. They were just always really excited about doing the crafts, but it was always funny because when I would go into to go into their room to get them for art class, they were always watching YouTube shorts, so the odds of them having seen my videos before were pretty high, but they ranged in ages from like 6 to 12, so it was a big age group. So, you know. Here we go. Putting him back together. Kit, this is slip, so it's just dry clay mixed with water. So like a very liquidy clay. Hi Shahad. Hello, hello. Oh, I'm sorry. Organized Chaos, you also asked. Chaos, hello. We're currently sewing a dinosaur back together. Welcome to stream. Okay, so as y'all can see, he is kind of back together, but our goal is to, you got a 92.7, Shahad, congratulations, that's great. Our goal is to make this line look like it never was there, right? So what I'm gonna do, this is just a carving tool, but I really like the shape of the edge. Um, so I'm just gonna use it to kind of push clay over the area where I just cut it open. See how it kind of erases those lines? Wow. This is just from Amazon, but I don't suggest these for long-term use. I actually have an air pen. I just can't use it on stream because it's kind of loud. It has an air compressor, and I already have my window unit that literally just turned on that's pretty loud. So yeah, I don't know. I just got these from Amazon. They came in like a big, big box. Hi, Adam and Kayla. Hello, hello. Hi, Nargiza. Hello. Y'all, I'm gonna ask one time real nice. I do have a goal of hitting 100 likes every single stream, so if you haven't given the stream a thumbs up or double tap the stream, I would super appreciate that. It just tells YouTube I'm doing a decent job. You know, maybe they'll show more people my content. That would be kind of cool. So if you don't mind giving the stream a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. We had to cut this piece open because it's so big. It would take about a month to dry at this size if I left it solid. So the reason we're carving it out is just to make it less thick, to dry a little bit faster. I would prefer to kiln it sooner rather than later. I'm really bad about if I can't like finish a piece quite quickly after first making it, I just never want to finish it. Like I made a cloud, what's it called? Watering bell. And I just haven't finished it because I got like a little delayed. Yeah, axolotl, it's very different on shorts. That's what I was talking about. People always like know that I'm live if I go live on short, like on vertical live, but if I go live on horizontal live, no one knows I'm live. So I'm gonna try to do like more of this kind of format, I think, where I do a little bit of live horizontal and then go live again vertical later. So that way people know that I go horizontal live. And then until then, all of my horizontal lives will be marked as member only. And I'll try to do like more tutorial-esque like stuff in that part. Restock will be early August. Hi, Cherries. Hi, Tia. Yeah, guts. Guts. I don't know what you're talking about, Kit. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. And now it's important to just get it nice and smoothed back out. We did it with the wood, but you can still see like where I smoothed it with that. So using this. Now that it's nice and full of air, it's really easy to manipulate because it's essentially a little balloon. A balloon. Trying my legs technique. Good luck. I hope it works well for you. It is super easy once you get the hang of it. You just have to don't give up. My thing with art, I was telling my mom about this the other day. I was like, a lot of people think that they're not good at art, but I think it's because they give up too fast. I think a lot of artists, and if you're in chat, you can agree or disagree with me, but I think sometimes things get really ugly before they get really good. And people give up when it's really ugly instead of just giving it the potential to get really good. So just don't give up. Keep working on it. You can do it. Okay. Body has been re-smoothed. You can't even tell we ever cut it apart. Ooh. If you want to, Bagel. There's 100 people here and only 40 have liked the stream. The audacity. No, I really appreciate everybody who's given the stream a thumbs up. Thank you so much, guys. Also, thanks everybody for coming to hang out. I really appreciate y'all. Okay, so now we are going to do the triceratops head, and we're also going to carve this open. Now, I do obviously have to be a little more careful because his crown is already attached. Yes, Marthels, these feel very similar to a makeup sponge. I would say that if you can't get your hands on one of these that are quite expensive, a makeup sponge can be very similar for smoothing stuff out if you're hand building. Oh, thanks, Axolotl. So we are going to give this little guy a lobotomy. We're just gonna chop the back of his head right off. And then I will carve this piece out that way. So now we have our little gate to carve. Let's get some legs. I'm gonna go ahead and put this, I have another sponge off camera a little bit. I'm just putting the back of the head on here to stay nice and moist for when I reconnect it. And I am going to, once again, just use this to carve it out. Don't worry, his face is still intact. His skull is open. Hi, Cass. Hello, hello. So this one will be a little bit different because I only have one hole to do all of the, versus like cutting it in half and doing each side. So we're just gonna, we're removing his brain. Goodbye, brain. He barely had any cells in here, so we're just gonna go ahead and clear it out to make room for new cells. Yeah, typically the mud tool sponges need replaced pretty quickly if you're wiping like bisqueware off. They can get shredded pretty easy. Hi, Ice Cream Jack, welcome back. My resident spammer. Ice Cream Jack, you better have liked the stream. Can't just be in here freaking spamming with no likes. Let me put this down for 1 second. See if this is the right one. Ooh, I do have one. Wow. Now y'all know. You're so excited to be here. Chaos, thank you so much for the gift. I really appreciate y'all. If y'all haven't checked out the gifts, I think there are a bunch of new summer ones, so, you know. I really, really appreciate you, Chaos. Thank you so much for the gift. I have definitely been lacking on asking for gifts and likes. So, honestly, I'm just happy to be here. So many fireworks outside. Oh no. Yeah, I'm trying to finish this up before the fireworks start. I need to go hang out with my kitty. She gets really, really scared. So I'm trying to get this done so that way I can go hang out with her. Guess what today is? What's today, Cass? And remember, if you don't love Ice Cream Jack spams, feel free to mute them, but I don't mind. 50 likes, we're halfway, love that. Things have been crazy. I hope they are not bad crazy chaos, and if they are bad crazy, I hope they slow down soon. It's not even dark. Yeah, it's not dark for me either. Oh, this is your first cat. Oh, wow. Good luck, Rio. I hope it's pleasant. My cats used to not be scared of fireworks, and then they lived through a tornado, and that braveness is gone. They are terrified of loud sky noises. Whippersnappers. Hi, the Toasty Fox. Hello, hello. Some good, some less so. Well, a giant yay for the good one, for the good parts. Ugh, he doesn't even have a brain anymore. Oh no, his brain. Maybe we should make him a brain that can rattle around in there. And then only we know why he has what's rattling around in there, and it's his brain. He's like me, brainless. Aw, your dog's unhappy? No. No brain, no thoughts. I think we make him a little tiny brain. But like a really small, pitiful kind of brain. There is another Aussie in here. But there are a couple of Aussies, at least. I was hoping Span would be on today. If y'all remember, those of you who come and hang out at streams regularly, Span has been going live a lot. If you like ASMR, I highly suggest checking them out. It's usually at nighttime, so like after I'm on. Is this too small? Okay, I'm gonna split it in half so that way it looks more brain-like. And then we'll carve some little squiggly lines onto it for no reason other than for cute. It does give you more clay. Yep, that's very true. Brain, brain, brain. It's a little off screen, sorry y'all. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. There we go. A little tiny brain. So many ridges. It's not even smooth. He's an intelligent boy. Here's his brain. Now we just load it up in the noggin. Aw, thank you, Marthos. Thank you, thank you. No, this is stoneware, Belle. Okay, say goodbye to the brain. Wait, let me make sure I have a... In case I want to turn this into a short. And then y'all can be like, I was there when she made the brain. Okay, if I turn this into a short, y'all have to comment that you were here when I made the brain, okay? Deal? Noggins, that's so cute. Goodbye, brain. So now we have to slip and score the outside. Like goal is still there, y'all. It's just hitting right now. I still do want 100 likes, please. Please help. I'm trying my best. And now we're gonna slip and score the back of his head. The brain is way too big. No! Everybody saying bye to the brain. It's getting sealed away forever. And then whoever buys this, if they ever break it, they'll just find a little brain. Okay, now we just gotta squish it down a little bit. And the brain is gone. Oh. There we go. It's sealed, y'all. His brain transplant was successful. All of the old brain cell-less matter was removed, and his new brain has been entered in. So now we're gonna do the exact same thing that we did. He has the same size brain as your best friend. Oh no. As we did with the body, where we're gonna use the back of this smoothing tool to kind of go ahead and smooth it back together, so that way we can't tell that he had a lobotomy, that he had a brain transplant. I just realized I forgot to share this on Instagram. Mamma mia. I've been trying to be better about telling people that I go live. I realize that no one ever knows that I'm actually live. So let me do that real quick, please. Let me see if I can find the link. Yeah. Yes, the clay does smooth very nicely. And if you're curious to why I don't leave a ton of fingerprints on all of my pieces, the simple reason for that is I am chronically ill, so I don't have a ton of blood flow to my hands. So my hands don't get clammy, and they're quite cold compared to like a healthy person's hands. And because of that, less clay sticks to me because my hands aren't moist. So a tiny perk from being chronically ill is that I am easier with the fingerprints. I am fingerprintless. Fingerprint transfer less bad. Snoot. Was that a cat meow? Probably. I have 4 cats. And a dog. And a frog. Cass has the facts. Yes, Cass is here with the facts. Gotta take all the perks you can, right? I count it as a perk. I'm like, yeah, I'm chronically ill, but at least I don't put fingerprints on my clay, so it's totally worth it. I'm just gonna go ahead and smooth that out. And just like that, we are good. Yes, there is fur in here. I don't know how to get it out. I'm so sorry. The kiln will get it out. It's fine. Oh yeah, Mia, that's crazy. Yeah, we just found out, or like we just thought of it recently. I was like, you know what? I don't have very much I don't have very much circulation. I bet that's why. That is a really cute emoji. Okay, so here's our little triceratops. Here's our little body. And I'm gonna kind of make the legs a little bit taller for a second. I'm gonna bring in the body just a little bit for more definition. Now that I gave it the one over. But we are getting very... You have 1 cat, but her name's Mayonnaise. Do you call her Mayo for short, or is she always Mayonnaise? Mayonnaise. So all I'm doing right now is preparing to attach the body to the head. And so I want to make sure that the shape is as close to perfect as it can be. What's easier to make, tiny or large? I can kind of turn my brain off when I make big stuff because there's a lot more clay to mess up. If you do something wrong with a tiny piece, which most of the time is like dropping it because it's so small, it's ruined. So I would say making big is easier. Oh, do we need water? Okay. because I streamed earlier, we will have water now. Hello, my little plants. This is the Midori house, the greenhouse, and my only job here is to keep you both happy and hydrated. So if you haven't had water in a while, please get up and grab some water. If you have water next to you, I'm guessing that you haven't moved in a while. So go ahead and do a little stretch. You know, get a little wiggle going, a little dance. Again, this is the Midori house, the greenhouse, and my only job here is to keep you both happy and hydrated. So if you haven't had water in a while, please grab some water and like the stream because you're an angel. And angels like the stream. And maybe you're a devil and they also like the stream. Thank you for the water facts. As always, Cass, I appreciate you. Okay, so we have our body mostly figured out. I will probably make some, look how stumpy his little back legs are. I love that. I'll probably make some minor changes to the overall structure after it's all attached, but this is what we're going with to attach. So this side's gonna be the butt, this side's gonna be the head. I do like to attach the head first. And you just accepted your fate. I love that. So the back of his head is not even. Good thing I checked that out before I did that. Little adjustments here and there. Fear not, chat. Okay. Now he's looking right. Okay, so this part is not the most fun. Oh, I love that, Lynx. We do need to attach his head to his body. So I'm gonna cut a little flat piece. I wouldn't do this with the littler ones. I would just kind of go for it. But I'm gonna kind of create a like landing spot. We're creating a little runway for the head on the body. And you might be thinking, where's his neck? I don't know. And the real dinosaur bones, I guess. I'm not worried about it. I don't want him to have a neck. His head's scrunkled in. I don't know. You're from Pluto? Welcome back, Sergio. Oh, I love that axolotl. And then I am going to carve a little bit out of the back of his head as well. Again, just to create a nice little landing strip type of situation. And now we're going to make sure and score and slip both of these pieces very well. With a larger piece, it's gonna be much harder to make sure that it's staying than if I were to be making a smaller piece. So, wanna do a really good job and get it nice and scratched up. If you don't have it super scratched up, it's just not gonna stick. You're trying to make Velcro, more or less. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put a bunch of slip on there. And get my little head. I'm gonna make sure that it's nice and pushed on. So where you see it touching is the only place that it has to support the other piece, right? That's why it was really important to slip and score it well, because if not, that's like a super weak point. It's holding up the whole head, right? I might add a tiny coil of clay to the back of the neck right there just to create a little bit of extra strength. I hate doing that though. I don't like the way it looks, but he is a chunky dino. That was exactly my goal. I did want to make a very chunky boy. I think it looks way cuter when they're like fat and stocky. You know? He's like friend shaped like this. If anybody in chat works for Jurassic Park and wants me to make a Jurassic Park reel, look at this cute dino I made. We got any Jurassic Park employees in the chat? Any Jurassic Parkers in the chat? Any primers in the chat? Anybody have a free Twitch Prime? Screenshot it. Axolotl, screenshot it. Typically they don't stick because they dry. They're so dry. But if a piece takes a really long time to dry, they can definitely stick. So sometimes you kind of have to bang the piece after it comes out of the kiln to get it to wiggle around again. Because the brain is fresh, I don't know that it'll wiggle around in its head. We're gonna find out. Me and you are gonna find out together. But I figured it's okay if the brain doesn't make noise. Wow, a dino. Little neck rolls. Then I could make them really chunky. Really, really chunky. Now we have our tail. Again, we got to make sure to slip and score this very well. Now, the tail is cute, but much like in nature, these big thick tails are very helpful for a counterweight for this little guy, so that way it's easier for him to stand up. We're adding a little bit more weight to his back end, so that way he can support his heavy, heavy head with his beautiful little crown. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Oh, I made a T-Rex, by the way, while in between stream. In between streams, I made this guy. He's kind of dorky, but I think it might be cute. I don't know. Bye, Ice Cream Jack. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Then I make sure it's nice and even. Now, the reason that this is a little bit more difficult than it would be on a solid piece is because this is hollow. It's a little bit squishy right now, so I really need to make sure that that I'm being very careful when I'm smoothing him out. So I'm gonna add a little extra water to try to soften up some of this tail clay. Some of his tail clay. Again, sorry about the cat furs. My studio is currently a little holding tank. One of our kitties, my brother's kitty, he has some tummy problems. So he's taking medicine from the doctor, but he has to be away from my other cats. So he's in here, kind of free reign type vibe. Oh, no worries, kid. Thank you so much for stopping by. The VOD will be available after. You're making the tail with me? I love that. I'm gonna use this wood again. We're just gonna smooth it out. Another reason you want to make sure and slip and score really well is because as the clay shrinks, it will try to separate, especially at your joints. So if you want to avoid cracks and the such, slipping and scoring really well is very important. So, yeah. Thank you, Adam and Kayla. You feel left out? Should you make a dino? If you want to, Tide. If you like dinos, absolutely go for it. Now, I know today's live streams have been a little more instructional, less yappy. How do y'all feel about that? Do you enjoy this format of live stream as well, or do you prefer when I'm like, let me make 12 snails in a row and then just yap the whole time? You're gonna make a brachiosaurus. Love that. Love, love, love. Oh yes, dino facts would be great. You're making a cow. I love that, Belle. No, you got a pack for your trailer. No worries, Bagel. I agree, Lynx. You're using oven bake clay. Should you bake it and paint on the eyes or use clay? I like painting on my eyes. It is personal preference though. Have you got any tip? Hey, Chaos, thank you so much for gifting 5 members. I really appreciate it. You have been so sweet today. Thank you so much. If you happen to be in chat and get gifted a membership by Chaos, please say thank you. And regardless, you know, W's in the chat for Chaos. My memberships are available. They're just $1 a month, and I am going to focus on trying to get more member-only videos done. They'll typically be like a live stream VOD, I think, that is slightly more instructional. Time to wrap up your knitting. What are you knitting, Rio? We love a knitting moment. My mom is a knitter. Your name is one continuous word. Adam and Kayla. No, Chaos, do not apologize. I am so grateful for any gifts. It really helps. Big or small. Like if everybody gave 1 sub, or if everybody, I mean member, if everybody was a member, like imagine. The little things add up. No apologizing. And 5 is not a little. So I think I'm gonna have to make a little like neck support for him to dry with, so that way he's nice and strong. Hey, a wrap. Ooh, second you've made. Love that. Yes, Chaos, exactly. Oh, thank you for the golden poop. I love that happy poop. We made a sea turtle sculpture and you did stick skeleton. Aw, I love that. I've done 1 sea turtle and it was so stinking cute. That's a little, yes, a little baby poop. Susan, thank you so much for the 5 gifted members. Why are we being nice suddenly? What's going on? Are y'all hiding something from me? Thank you so much, Susan and Chaos and Art, for being so generous today. Thank you, thank you. I didn't mean to add the crying guy. It's crying tears of joy, don't worry. Tears of joy, tears of joy. Aww. Thank you, Susan, that's so sweet. A little give back to the community. Right now, I'm just using the paintbrush to smooth up any like little scratches or things like that that happened along the way. So just going through and kind of smoothing those out. It does look like I'm just kind of paintbrushing them, but I am applying a tiny amount of pressure as well. So that way the clay gets moved around in very small amounts. The Google jumping dinosaur, it does. Probably Lynx. Hi, Leah. Hello, Waffles. Hello, hello. Wow. Oh no, not the 2 coats or 3. That's the worst. He's a little baby. Lynx, happy 3 months. Happy 3 months, happy 3 months. Okay. Now it's time for his horns. The time has come. Did I make the ferret? I did, but it didn't work. Everybody said it looked like a bear. You think if I just added a tail waffles, it would look enough like a ferret? Yes, a big mushroom. I made a big mushroom. It was about 7 inches tall, which isn't huge for most people, but for me it was pretty massive because obviously everything I make is really small. So, long tail. Okay, waffles, I will redo with, I honestly was kind of waiting on your opinion before I made any changes to it because you are the mega ferret. I will do a raccoon. That is on my list. Ooh, make one a charm. That would be really cute. It was very cute. You can see videos of it on my Instagram. And somebody who is still pretty active in the community owns it, so that's really cool. They don't yap a lot, but they are part of my print club, and they do buy stuff almost every restock, so cool. Dinosaur with a mushroom head. Oh, that would be cute. I've been messing around with different ways to give my pieces different things like that. Wait, I have a tail, head, and neck, and legs. Do you have his horns, Axolotl? We found some clay. Let's go. Okay. Give a slight bend to these horns. Okay. I'm nervous. Oh no. Okay, I think this one's the smallest, so this one will be his nose. I feel like I just have to go for it. I am gonna trim it a little bit. I'm nervous. Oh, no, you're right. Axolotl, I forgot. I thought you were, I don't know, I forgot for a second that you were not making a triceratops. You reached your goal for 70 subs almost? Congratulations, Waffles. That's a really good goal. Your cat has joined you, Pog. +1 to the party. A nose horn. W. Guts. His guts have been removed. Gut removal is complete. Don't worry, that was not pee, that was water. If you heard the watering. Do brontosauruses have spikes? I don't know. I don't think so. Wow, very cute. Very, very cute. Oh, Cheyenne, you got a membership. Congratulations. It was either from Susan or Chaos in chat today. Would I ever use watercolor paintbrushes for slip gluing? That could work, but I don't know if the slip would go through the like water part. You know what I mean? I was just gonna show one on stream, but now I dropped it on the floor. Like, I don't know if it would go through this part. Am I rich? Me? No. Unless if you're asking somebody else in chat, maybe someone else in chat is. I don't know anyone's financial situations. Ugh. I'm trying so hard. Definitely gonna have to make him a neck brace. Just the weight of the clay is like causing creases to happen. So I'm gonna have to make a little thing that like sits under his jaw. So that way it doesn't, it's too tall. Oh, thank you, Robin. I appreciate that. What's with all these super personal questions? Kids. Kids. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Waffles. I think it's, I'm just worried about the head ripping off as it dries. So we're gonna have to figure that out, but I'll save that for later. That's a problem for not right now. My job is cooking pasta and spouting facts. Ooh. Okay, let me mark where I have them. Now I have to look at it from the other side. This is why I don't like making big stuff. If I do something little and it's like slightly off, it's just cute. But if I make something big and it's slightly off, then it drives me crazy for the rest of eternity. And I know there are some artists who make giant things. I get it. This is small. But for me, it's big. But for me, it's huge. I have to look at it from down, so give me 1 second. Okay. Bye, Axolotl. Thank you so much for coming to both streams today. I really appreciate you. Okay. I am happy with the position of the horns now. I just had to go down and like look at him face level to see if I liked it. So I freehand cut the petals, and so this one is just slightly off-centered. I mean, they all are. I didn't want it to look perfect because I wanted it to look like how it would grow. So that was bothering me, but I went down and looked at it and it's right, so we're good. We are good. The pen just came out. Annoying. Okay, so now I'm just going to patiently wait for this to get a little bit more dry. Luckily, slip does get dry pretty quickly, even if it's not super wet. So, Chaos, thank you so much for the flower. Thank you for the flowers, plural. Thank you. Did I miss the poop? I did. Thank you so much to whoever dropped a poop. I'm so sorry. Ooh, a rune. That's cool. Oh, you can stay longer. Welcome back. So the slip is just kind of filling that gap between the bigger part of the horn and then the ground right now, but I am going to use some water to kind of soften the horn clay up just a little bit more, so that way it'll be easier to smooth, is the idea. Will it work? I don't know. I'm just kidding. I know it always works. I'm just kidding. No, thank you, Mantra. Unless you're talking to somebody else, then I apologize for taking their compliment. Lynx sent 3 to 5 poops. Lynx, thank you so much for the poops. I appreciate you so much. Sorry that I missed them. I think I was down on the ground when you sent them. To get off some of this excess, and then I'm gonna use this again. I did not forget about you, Waffles. I'm just not actually reading chat very often. When it's like the very detailed stuff like this, it's really hard to read chat and also look at what I'm doing. And because he's fragile right now, it's really, really hard to look at chat as much as I'd like to. But my choices are in stream completely or let y'all keep watching and not be able to respond to chat as much. Those are the options. Hi, Koala Chick. Hello, hello. Waffles, I do have a community page here on YouTube now. So people can share fan art, or if you sculpt anything along with me, please share it there. If possible, please try to keep it the Midori House related. It's not a place for self-advertisement or anything like that, and YouTube does heavily mod it. So some stuff I won't even see if you just, you know, advertise your own stuff or whatever. YouTube will just deal with that themselves. Your birthday was the first. Happy belated birthday. Yeah, absolutely, Koala Chick. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it in your while you passed by in your random scroll. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Wow, he have horns. I like them to be a little more curved in, like a little curved in, versus just straight. Oh, almost at 80 likes. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much to everybody who's given the stream a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. If you think that this little dinosaur is worth a like, go ahead and double tap the screen. He would really appreciate it. If he doesn't get to 100 likes in the next 5 minutes, I will be forced to behead him. So call your friends, call your neighbors. Save this little dinosaur. Triceratops little guy. That's what the flowery shape is kind of meant to represent. Good night, Sarah. I hope so, Axolotl, yes. I did make some little guy axolotls. And I've made a little guy triceratops as well. Where he had a red horn here, and then this was yellow, this was white, and then all this was green back here. So I have done that. Like that, if that's what you mean. Just color-wise. I almost bought it. You saw it with your own eyes. Art can confirm. I had it at the dinosaur-themed cafe. These like stream. I like how I said I was gonna decapitate the dino if we didn't hit 100 likes, and no one even questioned it. They were just like, all right, I guess you're gonna have to decapitate the dino. Lavender brontosaurus with a bow tie and a top hat. I love that. I mean, that just makes sense. Consequences for our actions. No, I think somebody would have to give me like something worth like $300 for me to hurt this guy. Somebody donate $300, I'll smash him. And then I'll cry about it later. Well, you guys, I think his sculpting is finished. So if you were here for both parts of the stream, you will know that we were live for about an hour earlier. And we've been live for a little over an hour now, so we have spent 2 hours on sculpting alone for this little guy. Wow. Hey, look how freaking cute he is from the side. Is that not adorable? Look at my son. He's just a little guy. He is. POV or triceratops has a pet triceratops. I don't know what eyes I'm gonna do. I was thinking about carving them in. Good night, Cheyenne. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you had a great time in stream. He doesn't need a hat. He has a tiny triceratops hat. It's hard to show y'all. A baby triceratops, yeah. A little bitty baby. Can I tell which one she's excited for? Maybe. Okay, y'all, it is getting dark here, and I do need to take care of my cat because she is absolutely terrified of fireworks. But I wanted to thank you all for being here. I hope you all had a wonderful time watching this little triceratops be born, and I would like to thank you all for anybody who gave me any feedback as I made him. I haven't done this. Oh, he looks scary now. Don't worry, it's cute from the side. I did it for the first time ever, live. I don't make many big pieces, so for it to come out successfully makes me super happy. So I really appreciate you all for being here. And yeah, I will see y'all in the next stream or on Discord or on Instagram. But definitely in shorts. Bye guys!